Next issue we will discuss is affordable housing. And we begin with you, Mr. Tecklenburg. You have 60 seconds to respond to this question. The question is, according to the Charleston Trident Association of Realtors, the median home price across the city of Charleston is about $600,000. According to MIT, the federal minimum wage does not come close to covering the cost of living in a place such as Charleston, where an adult needs to earn an estimated $19 an hour just to meet basic needs such as shelter and food. So what would you do as mayor to ensure that people who work in Charleston can live in Charleston?
So let me first say that this affordable housing issue is at a crisis level, and I believe it's the limiting factor for our future economic health and vitality here in the region. The city of Charleston is doing more on this issue than any other jurisdiction or entity around. In the last few years, we've invested over $50 million to create or preserve or put in the pipeline over 1,000 units. Is it enough? No, this is a regional problem. That's why we're working with the chamber and other employers and institutions to try to create more affordable housing, including our own Charleston Housing Authority, which this week selected a developer to help transform and multiply the number of units that they have in the city of Charleston. Once again, we've cut red tape. We've made it easier for affordable housing to occur. We've provided incentives, both by density and now by property tax incentives as well.
Thank you, Mr. Tecklenburg.
Thank you.
Mr. Shade, you have 60 seconds to respond to the same question.
We're obviously at a critical point with our inventory of affordable housing that's available for our citizens. You asked earlier and stated earlier that we have 30 new residents coming into the area on a daily basis. Our inventory is down. We need more housing in here. Greenville County, I went to talk to the folks up there, have added 500 affordable housing units per year for the past 3 years. We're not even close to that level of providing affordable housing units in the city. We can partner with the private industry and our private partners to provide for incentives for them to include more affordable housing units for our citizens. And we can work with the federal government with the programs that are in place, the RIDE program for one, that can provide more affordable housing units. And we need to look at our zoning laws to provide more density in certain locations to provide more affordable housing inventory in the city of Charleston.
Mr. Shade, thank you. Ms. Gadsden, your response, you have 60 seconds, please.
As the only renter on the stage, I know quite well what the housing crisis has meant. For me, it's not just an economic issue, it's also a public safety issue and a public health issue. We can start by deregulating departments such as the bar. It shouldn't require Herculean effort to want to renovate your home to accommodate affordable housing or to create affordable housing. Also, we need to ease restrictions with regard to the way we build in Charleston. That means maybe reevaluating our height restrictions policy. We're going to be positioned very shortly to have more discretion with our accommodations tax and taxation. So that way we can use accommodations tax from tourism and apply that to affordable housing. We need to also invest in the land trust. The county is moving forward on that, leading on that. We need to lead on that enthusiastically as well.
Thank you, Ms. Gadsden. Ms. Gammons, what would you do as mayor to ensure people who work in Charleston are able to live in Charleston?
It's important that we provide homes for everyone, and that would require collaboration with other municipalities, collaboration with federal government, and also with state government in order to get those funds in. Lawmakers create laws, and they can be changed, they can be amended. So as mayor, I will work to amend laws so that we could have more affordable and workforce housing. Another part of that is we have dilapidated buildings all over the city of Charleston. And what the city of Greenville has done when I was assistant city attorney there is use those buildings for the public good. And that's what I would do as mayor, taking a survey of these buildings and using it for public good, of allowing for affordable and workforce housing and allowing people to repair their homes, giving them the incentive to repair their homes, and also giving them assistance in repairing their homes.
Thank you, Ms. Gammons. Mr. Cogswell, you have 1 minute to respond to the same question. Thank you.
I'd say it's embarrassing what's happening. I mean, it's certainly a tragedy if somebody that grows up here cannot come back here to work because they can't afford to live here. We're doing something wrong, and it's not working. Clearly, the mayor talked about $50 million being spent, and that's delivering about 500 to 800 units. The number keeps changing. The website on the city says 500 units. That's 1/3 of what Greenville did in 3-year period, and that's over 8 years. So again, what we're doing is not even coming close to working. We need to try something new. I've suggested that we do a regional housing authority. The housing authority is the largest real estate owner on the peninsula, for example. There's a lot of adaptive reuse that can be done there. We need to change the low-income housing tax credit at the state level, and we need to look to do a cap on long-term owner-occupied residents to prevent gentrification.
Mr. Cogswell, thank you. Mr. Middleton, you have 60 seconds to respond.
Driving until you could afford is not sustainable. And whether you call it attainable housing, workforce housing, or affordable housing, everyone deserves an above average, decent, and safe place to call home. And as mayor of the city of Charleston, there's several things that I would do. One, I would apply for the $500,000 from HUD as it relates to choice neighborhood. That is to plan to implement, and the implementation part of that is $50 million. City of Charleston does not even apply for that. You can do that and the other rental assistance program as well. That gives us an opportunity to revitalize blighted areas. The other thing I would do is create a first right of refusal ordinance so that those individuals that are on a fixed income, and even our seniors, could age in place by being offered the opportunity to purchase that home, or a family member, or a trusted local nonprofit organization. I would also create a tenant bill of rights to make sure that those renters have the rights that they need to make sure that fair housing is that they are included in that. And
I would thank you very much, Mr. Middleton. Mr. Tecklenburg, I will allow you 30 seconds to rebut since Mr. Cogswell mentioned you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So Mr. Cogswell really hasn't been doing his homework. To do a regional housing authority isn't really going to move the needle. The Charleston Housing Authority, yes, has plenty of property, and they're engaged in a RAD program to redevelop it and produce more units. But more importantly, the new ideas that Mr. Cogswell has about dealing with the tax credits and property taxes are all state issues. Why didn't he take care of that when he was in the state legislature? Why didn't he do that?
Mr. Cogswell, you have an opportunity to answer. 15 seconds, please.
Sure, certainly we tried to do that, but we never heard anything from the mayor coming to solicit for it and to advocate for it. And I'll just say this, we're at 3% of the need. 3% over 8 years is what we've been able to accomplish in terms of affordable housing. That's not a good record.
Thank you, Mr. Cogswell. Riley.